At 10, the case of a missing mother, now a death investigation. 3 weeks ago, Chrissy Powell was rushing out of her home to get to work, but she never made it. KENS 5 was the first to report the case and show you this surveillance video. It would be the last time her family saw her alive. Over the weekend, police say Powell's body was found in her car. It was parked at the shopping center at Huebner Oaks. KENS 5 reporter Henry Ramos is live there now. And Henry, do we know how this mother died?
ACs, we still don't know at this hour, though we did call the medical examiner's office in the last 30 minutes. They're still working on the cause of death. This is the news that the family feared, and now they're left with so many other questions. How long was Powell here, and how did that mother lose her life?
For the last 3 weeks, it's been held.
And it isn't getting any better for Lauren Liao. She just found out her best friend, who was more like a sister, is dead.
It's very hard. Just knowing I'll never see her or talk to her.
On July 5th, the law clerk was seen leaving her home. Family said she called work to say she was running late, but she never showed up. Liao spoke to KENS 5 days after her friend's disappearance, desperate for any information. 3 weeks later, San Antonio police say Powell's body was found in her car at the parking lot at Huebner Oaks Center. According to SAPD, on Saturday evening, a security guard checked on a suspicious vehicle. Once he got closer, he smelled something foul. He looked inside and saw a body in the front passenger seat and called 911. Police believe it is Powell because of the car and ID found. SAPD says the car had been parked in the same location for about a week.
The fact that this car might have been there for up to 3 weeks and it wasn't, reported until the last week, it's hard for me to understand.
Liao says the shopping center is not close to her friend's work. While dealing with the shock, family and friends are now focused on finding out what happened to the mother of two.
Unknown is hard, but I think trying to put all the pieces together is even more frustrating. Was her car there this whole time? If it wasn't, where was it? And so just pray that we can find out the details.
Powell's mother also told me tonight that she is heartbroken and said this is one of the hardest things she's had to do. San Antonio police say this investigation is far from over. Of course, we're going to stay on top of this case, and once we learn any new info, we'll make sure to pass it along to you. We're live on the Northwest Side tonight. Henry Ramos, KENS 5. ECs.
Thank you, Henry.
Welcome back to another reading. And today's reading is actually viewer requested. And this is going to be on Chrissy Powell. So, I did write out 10 questions that I think will lead us in the right direction. And at the end, I have some yes or no questions that I would like to ask as well. But I feel like this case is just, I don't know. It's very perplexing to me because I don't believe, for one, that her vehicle was sitting in that shopping center parking lot for the entire 3 weeks. And it begs the question to me about her being in the passenger side of her own vehicle. I feel like there's someone who was with her that day and quite possibly knows what happened. So, let's get to my questions here. All right, Chrissy Powell. Let's go with Chrissy's state of mind that day. What she was thinking and feeling when she left the house. Circumstances regarding leaving her cell phone. Whether that was on purpose or if she truly was just running late and ran off and left it. Let's see. Her plans and intentions once she left the house. Was she truly intending on going to work, or did she have other plans? See, let's do the events leading up to her death. How the events leading up to her death unfolded. The circumstances surrounding her vehicle ending up in the shopping center parking lots. How did that happen? Circumstances surrounding her being in the passenger side of her own vehicle. Circumstances surrounding her death. What happened? Was this a murder? Domestic violence? Was this an accident? Was this natural causes? Was this a drug overdose? What happened? Circumstances surrounding Chrissy's death. Revealed to us something hidden or unknown when it comes to Chrissy's death and her disappearance. And an open card here. Okay. On the first question, we've got Chrissy's state of mind the day that she rushed out of the house, the last day that she was seen alive. And that's going to be the Two of Wands reversed. Two of Wands reversed is showing a misplaced trust. Misplaced trust usually being in an unreliable partner. Now, this is also could be someone, which I feel like that this is one and the same. A sudden arrival or return of a person in your life. I'm thinking that this is the sudden arrival or return of a person in your life is the unreliable partner. I think they're one and the same in this instance. It's also showing delayed travel. So this is what was on her mind, what she was contending with that day. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I feel like that this is the ex-partner, and I'm going to go even further and say an ex-partner that she had her a kid with. That's just what it feels like. Now, in regards to leaving her cell phone, whether or not that she did it on purpose or whether she just truly was in that frazzle and took off and left it, that's going to be the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands signifies problems, having an overload, stress, again, delays, and losing your focus. So to me, it looks like that she didn't leave it on purpose, that she was in a hurry and she's run off and left it. I feel like that this partner that's suddenly returned to her life and the delayed travel is made some kind of demand that she meet them before they go to work. So she's run off. She's called work and told them she was going to be late. She was already running late, but I feel like that this person, this unreliable partner, the misplaced trust, the ex is who she was meeting before she went to work. There was something that this delayed travel coming up twice, back to back. I feel like that she was meeting the ex. Now, her plans and intentions and whether or not that she was truly going to go to work is going to be the Magician reversed. The Magician reversed, when he's reversed, he turns trickster. It shows Chrissy being misled by a charming manipulator who is all show with no truth. Again, third time, delays in travel and miscommunication. Yeah, there's been some kind of demand that she meet this ex before she goes to work. That was very important to the ex. Now, when it comes to the events leading up to Chrissy's death, that's going to be the Tower reversed. That's showing someone taking responsibility, or Chrissy in this instance, shows Chrissy taking responsibility when she's blameless in a situation. This situation is a collapse of something that is inevitable, with the impact being sudden and dramatic, and it's leaving you knowing exactly where you stand. Taking responsibility when you're blameless. This is a relationship situation. That's what this is. This is her taking blame and responsibility for the relationship falling apart when it wasn't her fault. This collapse of the relationship being inevitable, the impact being sudden and dramatic, and leaving her knowing exactly where she stood. That's all comes back to this misplaced trust in this unreliable partner. Now, how the events unfolded, it's going to be the Page of Cups. Naturally, the Page of Cups is a bringer of messages in the form of good news, of important information, romantic proposals, good news in the areas of your life of relationships and children. Once again, this is this is the ex that she had the child with, is exactly what this is. And he's lured her by, I'm going to say, if she didn't have custody, by letting her, I see this partner, as far as unreliable, in the unreliable sense, is using the child as a means of leverage and weaponizing against her. So this unreliability that I feel like it's speaking of is him telling her, jerking her chain, like, meet me here at this time and you can see the kid. And then she shows up and they don't show up. Oh, well, something come up, or, or them pulling up and him getting mad at her for her not doing something that he wanted, and him being like, well, we're taking off. You don't get to see this kid. The unreliability of that. Now, the circumstances regarding how her vehicle became in the parking lot of the shopping center, it's going to be the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is a card that reveals the pain of truth. Now, this is in the form of a relationship betrayal, and I'm talking about the type of betrayal that's not easily brushed over. So, this would either be, I'm going to say this is the responsibility for her death. He's done something to her that she's realized that she was dying, or that he was killing her, or that he was going to kill her. But it was too late, I feel like. It says conflict, misunderstanding. This is misunderstanding, bringing confusion, upsetting people. Yeah. This ex-partner, the one she has the child with, is the one that's responsible for her death and her disappearance. Circumstances regarding her being found in the passenger side, that lets you know right there she wasn't alone. I would be really interested to know what position the driver's seat was in. Because if it was for someone that was taller than Chrissy, which I'm sure it was, then I see that as being proof that, someone else drove the vehicle, or someone else was in the driver's side of the vehicle. Now, that's going to be the Seven of Swords reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. First off, it shows someone, this is the person that was with her, with a career in military or security. This person being a pathological liar, serial cheater, malicious, dangerous to be around. The type of person that engages in slander, blackmail. They're a con artist. And it shows her ignoring warning signs. So, this is all leading up to the ex, I'm sure. I'm sure these are all characteristics that he's displayed within their relationship. Now, when it comes to the circumstances surrounding Chrissy's death, we've got the Ace of Swords reversed. Ace of Swords reversed is misinformation, confusion, intellectual inability. It's a lack of mental clarity, memory loss. It represents making the wrong decision, an injustice against you, conflict, arguments. It's showing you being in a battle that you cannot win against a more dominant individual. I feel like, honestly, that he drugged her. They're going to find drugs in her system. Either she was a recovering addict and he's drugged her to make it look like she's just went off the rails and was depressed because of the 1 year. The 1 year thing is coming into play there. I feel like that was the bait. So, I'm going to ask some yes or no after this. Let's go ahead and complete these last two, because I feel like I know what the story is from what these cards are showing. Now, something hidden or unknown when it comes to Chrissy's disappearance and death is going to be the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is positive news when it comes to a situation where you're being held back, stuck. And this positive news coming from lots of communication, emails, phone calls, texts. It's being separated from a partner and waiting to hear from them. It shows you traveling soon to see one another, speed, rushing, progress, sudden action, excitement, and it also represents infatuation and obsession. So what this means to me is, this is again her ex. Positive news of being held back and stuck from a situation that's being able to be a mother to her child. Lots of communication. I guarantee you, if you really look, if her cell phone and stuff is investigated, there's emails, texts, and phone calls from this ex. Being separated from this partner, waiting to hear from them because he set her on the loose of letting her think that she was going to see her kid, spend time with her kid. Shows traveling soon to see one another. Sudden speed. Yeah. Excitement. And when it comes to infatuation and obsession that this card brings, I feel like that's the partner. I feel like he was infatuated and obsessed with her, and he couldn't control her. He couldn't make her do exactly as he wanted. So that's what this is. A crime of passion is what this is. And definitely, this was not a death by her own hand or a natural death at that matter. This was an assisted death out of a crime of passion, out of infatuation, obsession. If I can't have you, nobody can. Now, an open card, it's going to be the Six of Pentacles reversed. That shows gifts coming with strings attached. Someone showing generosity with ulterior motives. This person being in a position to help you, but they're abusing that position for the sole means to make you subservient to them. Yes, sir. This is the X. It's representation of scams, extortion, being conned. Someone with wealth, power, and authority being a kiss ass to get you to be compliant with something, such as meeting them. Yeah, all this right here is the ex-partner. It shows that he was obsessed and infatuated with her, wanted to control her, but he couldn't have her, so nobody could. He used the child as a weapon and as a means of bait to get her to travel to meet up with him, and he drugged her. So let's do some yes or no to see if we're on point here. All right. I totally feel like that. This is exactly what this is. This is he's used I guarantee you she was a recovering addict of some sort, and he's used that to make it look like, she just done this to herself, that she's OD'd or whatnot. But, leaving her in the passenger side was really, really, really stupid. I don't know how that, unless it happened so fast, and either, pulling her in that shopping center parking lot to keep people from seeing him or him being detected. He just took off, and I don't know, but that right there is, all right, let's see here. Is the person responsible for Chrissy's death the ex-partner that she has a child with? Yes. Did he use the child to lure her to meet him? No. Okay. So romantic proposals. Did he lure her with the thought of them reconciling, getting back together, and being a family again? Maybe. Did Chrissy meet with her ex-partner that she has a child with before work? No. Okay. And he didn't lure her with a child. Did the ex-partner take a hit out on her? Did someone else render her with drugs? Maybe. Was Chrissy drugged? Was that how she died? An overdose? Yes. Was this on command of her ex-partner that was infatuated and obsessed with her? Yes. Was it a classic case of, if I can't have you, nobody will? Maybe. Did the ex-partner personally drug Chrissy? Ooh, yes. Was he the one sitting in the driver's seat? Yes. Was her vehicle with her inside deceased there the entire 3 weeks that she was missing? No, I didn't think so. You parking in a shopping center parking lot of a mall or whatever, someone's going to notice that, especially someone sitting in the passenger side. That's kind of going to be off kilter. Was she just placed there to be found? Yes. Wow. Let's just clarify for me one more time. Is her Chrissy Powell's ex-partner that she has a baby with or a kid with the one responsible for her death? No. Okay, well, I worded that wrong. Is it because of him that Chrissy is dead? Yes. So it looks like that he's lured her by way of someone else. Is there another party involved with Chrissy's death? Yes. There we go. So she was conned. Yes. There you have it, folks. When it comes to Chrissy Powell, this was all orchestrated by her ex that she has a child with for the simple motive of obsession and infatuation. If I can't have you, nobody can. Well, let me ask this. Did Chrissy have a drug problem? Was she recovering? Yes. So he done the dirtiest thing he could do. He's dependent that she's just going to be an overdose, correct? Maybe. Does he even care? Oh, maybe. Is there a deeper involvement? Yes. Is it a law enforcement or justice authority? Maybe. So this guy's got ties. Oh, was the third party someone from law enforcement or authority? Oh, will this ever be made public? Yes. So it will be made public that he is responsible, or he is the one that wanted Chrissy dead. No, that won't be made public. Well, the third party that's responsible for her being drugged. So the third party drugged her, correct? Yes. Wow. That's a little, it's just a tale as old